Hello guys, my name is Ksenia, I'm a vocalist and vocal coach, and today we are going back to MAPHRA, and I love her voice. I mean, it's not a secret, I have been reacting to her covers. I reacted to Doomed, to Silence. I shared my thoughts on her performance with Ice Nine Kills, the very first live performance of hers, and then I also talked about her singing Doomed with Bring Me the Horizon, which was pretty iconic. I feel like that was such a cool epic moment in history. Honestly, it was so cool. So today we're listening to Circle With Me. I kind of wanted to go back and forth between MAPHRA'S version and the original by Courtney, so maybe we'll do that today. That'll be fun because they are so different. But let's get started.
Cut down the altar!
I love like how she moves. That's so cool. To get into the groove, that's nice. Because you know everybody's doing and using different techniques to kind of get into the character, you can say. And she's doing that also a lot on stage. That's so cool. I love her. Her voice and her. I mean.
Visionaire and deepest fake. Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I
Such a beautiful
escalate.
song.
The fire is cold, there you go. This could all be yours. Feel the
Okay. Interesting. It was definitely fry. I'm still learning about fries, you guys. Not French fries. Why am I thinking about this? I'm still learning about fries creams and I'm still practicing those. So if I'm wrong, it's because I cannot see what's going on in there, okay? And I would love to. Do we have that? Do we have those videos? I mean, that would be awesome. But she's changing the sound color and also look at her mouth because mouth shape plays also a big part in the resonance and all of that. You can see that in here. Where is that? No, it was in the beginning.
cut down the altar!
Interesting. This is definitely Fry, and I love her mouth shape. Okay, so now let's listen to MAPHRA'S version. Yeah? I love the makeup and hair.
Cut down the altar!
So like even in the beginning, she's going there with grunt-ish distortion. She's not doing this god damn, this fry-ish sound that Courtney did. She has way more presence there. She's doing this like god down the altar. It's really gritty and it's really beefy and it's really powerful. There is way more presence there and it's also really dark. So this is not Fry. It has way more power and it's really loud comparing to Courtney's version, I feel like. Maybe I am wrong again, but usually Fry scream, it's a little more on the quiet side versus distortion can be insanely loud. And this is what I hear with MAPHRA. So she's basically doing her scream that she was doing before. It's just lowered in pitch. That's why it also sounds a little darker. Interesting. Let's listen to the verse, yeah?
Visionary, deepest fake. Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escape. This could all be yours.
This is way darker and way warmer when it comes to the sound character comparing to Courtney's version, right? Because she was having more lighter sound color and it sounded this like visionary, deep as fake, letting all the colors change. And she was doing the flips to the head voice or to falsetto. Sometimes I don't hear MAPHRA doing that, but she has a darker sound color. And again, she's doing that a lot. I feel like this is how her voice sounds naturally. She has more lowered larynx, she has more yawning character, so there's more space in here. Visionary, deep as fake, letting all the colors change. So you are yawning and you're creating more space there in the back and also in here. And this is what MAPHRA'S doing. But Courtney sounds completely different. So cool. Should we do Courtney's version again? I would love to.
Visionary and deep as fake. Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen. Feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame.
Like even in here, I just wanna hold the flame, hold the flame. The tiny, tiny flip to falsetto there. And it's also way more quiet than MAPHRA'S version. So interesting.
Negative feedback loop. I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me. But I wanna know if there's no heat. When I escalate, the fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours.
It's so light. I'm spinning out of control. The sweetness is crushing me. And she adds air on some vowels and there's no tone, which is interesting. But MAPHRA, she's doing completely different thing. Okay, let's go to the chorus. I can talk about that for forever.
Feel the weight of a motor. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Treat it good down the altar.
And even in here, cut down the altar. It's so light and there's this really soft transition to falsetto. Beautiful.
Could all be yours. Vulture circle in the flame.
And there, vulture circle in the flame. It's really light. It's so narrow. It's not flame, but it's way more narrow and her larynx is way higher. When it comes to MAPHRA, it's really dark and there is way more space in here. Okay, let's go back to MAPHRA now. I want to hear her chorus.
Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen. Feel no pain. I just wanna hold the
Yeah,
flame.
she doesn't go to falsetto. She's doing I just wanna hold the flame versus Courtney. I just wanna hold the flame. She's doing the flip to falsetto there on high notes.
Getting feedback loop. I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me. But I wanna know if there's no heat. When I escalate, the fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours.
Yeah, it's way more darker. This could all be yours. Really nice.
Feel the weight of a motor. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame.
I love that she added a little distortion there. She like introduced us to like a tiny bit of distortion there on na 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 got down the altar. Interesting. I mean, so far the biggest difference is in sound colors. Courtney sounds way lighter, way softer also, while MAPHRA'S version has more presence when it comes to the scream in the beginning of the song. Interesting.
Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my
She's louder now.
spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know.
I love this. The sickly sweetness is crushing me. There was a really fast vibrato there. So cool.
Negative feedback.
But it's so dark.
I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold.
Love falsetto.
This could all be yours.
Okay, now let's go back to Courtney.
Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts.
My thoughts, so lighter, so much lighter comparing to MAPHRA'S. My thoughts, it's there. And Courtney's my thoughts, way more lighter. Interesting.
They promise I won't feel the pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback loop. I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I
There was, if there's no heat when I. She started with the air instead of the tone. Interesting.
loop. I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is
The fire is cold. Cool.
cold. There you go. This could all be yours.
Okay, chorus.
Weight of a murder. It could all be yours if you wear the words of prayer. Treat it good down the altar. It could all be yours. But just circle in the flame.
She was louder. She added more presence, but she's still lighter. I can still hear her larynx being a little higher than MAPHRA'S. I feel like she also has a little yonder happening, but it's not really like metallic sounding. It's still soft. Interesting. Can I listen to it again? Please, a little bit.
I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate.
She's helping herself with the hands.
There you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a murder. It could all be yours if you wear the words of prayer. Treat it good down the altar. It could all be yours, but just circle in the flame.
And it's so legato. It's so soft. It's like the notes are just flowing into like one another. Interesting. And she has this beautiful vocal breaks. She introduces some air on some notes, but it's still not too loud. I guess she's saving that for later.
I have the power of a dying sun. I climb the altar and I climb my voices good.
I love the way she moves.
Circle with me.
Yeah, she has this grunt there, and I feel like there's falsetto underneath that tone. May! She kind of has this sigh, so she has that. And on the previous part, it was a fry with also something interesting. Let's move on to MAPHRA.
The fire is cold, there you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty. It could all be yours if you echo words of praise. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but just circle in the flame.
There's a lot of reverb happening, but it's way darker, and she does some really nice, nasty distortion there. What's the lyrics? Let me listen to it again. It's so warm.
I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me. But I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate the fire is cold. Let go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty.
Feel the weight of the motor. So cool. And this birds of prey. So dark. Again, way more space compared to Courtney's vocals. So cool. Cut down the altar. And again, she switches from clean vocals to harsh. Just like that. So fast. But it's still dark. Even her screams, even the distortion sounds really dark. And I love the sound of the scream that she has. Way louder. You can also see the way she helps herself with the body, right? There's more tension here when she's adding the distortion because we need to have more energy there. Okay.
With all the power of a dying sun,
Okay.
I climb the altar and I claim my place as God.
Yeah, that is completely different, you guys. It's this like, again, this is the scream that she does usually with distortion, but I feel like she's not focusing on the pitch that much on this phrase, on the higher one. And then she goes to like almost grunt there in the end. So interesting.
With all the power of a dying sun,
Yeah, it's like, with all the power of the giant sun! So loud. I'm sorry. And then,
I climb the altar and I claim my place as God.
and then she continues with that scream, with the distortion, with lowered larynx. I climb the altar and I claim my place as God. It was not quite like that. I went fully to ground with distortion, but I felt like she was doing more distortion.
Of a dying sun,
Yeah.
I climb the altar and I claim my place as God.
Yeah, it's just God. Maybe there is also some fry. I am not sure. But again, she's basically doing her screams with distortion, with darker sound color. On the first phrase, it seems like it's a little lighter, and then she goes even more darker on the last note, on God. Interesting. I mean, Courtney's doing completely different thing, and they're both beautiful, yeah? Face. Yeah, it's just like, circle with me. There's so much energy, there's so much darkness, there's so much space in here. Cool. It's more grunt-ish with distortion. Interesting. Yeah, and this one had the pitch. Na 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 na. The score will be yours. It was kind of like that. Interesting. Okay, last chorus, and then we're done. I'm sweating. Oh, so cool. Trying to cut down the altar. So cool. Again, she adds this distortion there, but then she switches to clean vocals at the end of the phrases. And again, you need to have lots of control. And I've been talking about that for ages. You need to have lots of control. You need to have lots of energy. You need to be able to activate the false vocal cords that are adding distortion to our voices. And then you need to be able to switch it on and switch it off when you need it. And also the mouth shape. Again, you need to open your mouth, and the way you shape your mouth also plays a big part. I feel like I say the same things, but people forget about it, and that's really important. And this one, it could all be yours, but you're circling the flames. It was really open and even shouty and dark. So cool. It was just like this, hey ho, this kind of sound, really dark and really warm and deep. Love. Oh my god. That was a lot for my ears and for my voice. My goodness, I want to go back. I love this. Alta! Easy. And she also went there to falsetto after distortion. What? And this, watching me, yay! My god. This could all be yours. That's a lot. That was distortion with some fry, I feel like. But that needs to have a lot of energy in your body and a lot of emotion to be able to easily, it's not easy, but to be able to easily add the effect. You also need to have emotions. You need to be angry or like sad or something. You need to give it something. It's going to help you, your emotions, your feelings, to get to that sound. And I mean, you can see that on her face. She's so expressive. Beautiful. My goodness. Yeah, again, this circle with me. Interesting. Okay. My neighbors will love my demonstrations today, but it's fine. Let's go to Courtney's version. We didn't do that one yet. So we need to listen to the last chorus and to the screams. Did we do this one? I feel like, yeah. Hers is more contained, I want to say, because I feel like MAPHRA'S screams are just like so chaotic and like all over the place. I mean, they are doing different things, right? But I feel like when MAPHRA'S doing her screams, it's just like full power. But Courtney, she's containing herself a little bit. And also there's different muscles that are involved when Courtney's doing that. Maybe that's why it sounds like that. I'm not sure. Interesting. Yeah, that's more cry. So light. So cool. Cool vocal break. Ooh, she did this like a side there with this like watching me, and then she switched to clean vocals. Ooh, that was cool. I love that she was switching it back and forth. But interesting, it's completely different from MAPHRA'S version. They have completely different techniques when it comes to harsh vocals. I still don't know which version I love the most. Tell me in the comments. Okay, final words. That was fun to compare both versions. It's so interesting when you're listening to it like back to back. It adds more detail to my ears, and also I get way more nerdy when I do that. Interesting. Okay, tell me what you think about both of them. Who's your favorite? I mean, they both are amazing, so let's be respectful. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you have any recommendations for me, then drop it in the comments and I'll see you in my next video. And if you want to have a lesson with me, the link in the description. I'm here. I'm happy to help. That'll be fun. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.